Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Good morning. How do I make? I like that colorful background. How do I get that? There we go. Look at this amazingness. That's it. Rainbows and butterflies and cupcakes. That's it. That's us this morning. Good morning. I am JJW, and it's Friday. It's the end of the week. I'm in my secondary recording location, and as promised yesterday, I have at least one Florida man news story. Eric von Daniken. I really need to write that down. So I promise I'm gonna look it up. You say it's about aliens and not political stuff. So I'm gonna take a picture. I got a screenshot. I'm gonna learn about. Oh, there's D. What's up?
Why
D?
are you starting like at 6:25 now?
Because, well, I run that intro song so people can show up, so that we don't just start the show with nobody here.
Okay.
My brother also tells me the notifications are not fast. Like they're not.
I get my notifications. I'm
I don't
okay.
mean to put pressure on you.
No,
It's okay.
you're not. It's just that I'm not expecting a whole shit ton of people to be here at 6:30 in the morning anyway. We've got
right.
5 people, and I'm like, holy shit, that's the most that we're ever going to get. If people watch this later on YouTube, then
You know what? We one of our we had a video the other day had 24 views, which is like 5 times as many people that are ever here in the morning. And somehow people are watching this stuff later. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not intending to give you any grief or anything. I'm honestly just trying to counteract the notification system that seems to be
okay.
It'll like we start the show and then like 5 or 10 minutes later people get told the show's on.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm like, oh
don't
shit,
worry about
what's
it.
going on?
I mean, Don't worry about it. You can just be here at 6:30. It's okay.
It's hard to
I
do
know,
that.
I know your mornings are rough, Deacon. I'm not trying to
Sometimes
make
they
that
are.
any more
Yeah.
difficult for you. All right. So, good morning. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. I bet you're still recovering from
Yeah,
everything.
my sickness, and I have a bunch of fuck nuts that work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you. All right,
Uh-oh.
with all these little people nowadays talking and bitching about jobs and working and all this crap, let me just tell you, there are no longer any workers that want to work. And I'm saying that as a boomer. Oh, you boomer, you old man, whatever. No, that's the fucking truth, man. It's the fucking truth. I am going on my third person now in a course of about 4 or 5 years. I'm going on my third person now that every time she works for our other radio station and she works part-time for us here.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time she sees me, because I'm the boss over here, she goes, I could use some more hours. Well, you can you use me for anything? I'm willing to take more. Every time she has cornered me and asked me why I haven't hired her for full time. Why I have gone with somebody else and made another choice for full time and didn't go with her. And I don't want to just come out and tell her that she's not dependable, because she's not
Mm-hmm.
dependable. She's got like 6 kids. I think she's pregnant now. Her husband works
Oh
full
my
time.
God.
She works full time. Her mother works full time. They all live in the same house and they have one car with 6 kids and 3 full-time jobs, and they have one car. She's not dependable. All right. I'm sorry. She's just not. It's
Yeah.
that's not a negative connotation that I'm putting on her. She's not dependable. Okay. Because she's not. And so I told them at the beginning of the year, there are certain dates. We run sports on our station, local sports,
Yeah.
and right now it's local soccer, and it makes money. It keeps our radio station, afloat. And I told them I have certain commitments outside of work that I can't do these games. And I let them know ahead of time. They told me it was ahead of time. And now nobody can fucking work these, So I'm having to work my 10-hour shift normally. I went home yesterday and I was home for about 2.5 hours. I took a little nap on the couch, and then I come back last night for about 6 hours. So I
Oh
left
my
the radio
gosh.
station at about 10 p.m. last night. I go home, I fall directly asleep. I sleep for about 6 hours. Maybe I was awake like 5 times last night. So I slept
Yeah.
maybe 2 hours at one point. And so now I'm back at it again. And it just pisses me off because she's not the first one. She's like the third one. The dude that just quit this radio station because he got a better job. Good for you, dude. He bitched and bitched and bitched and bitched every day about wanting a raise, wanting a raise, wanting a raise, wanting a raise, wanting a raise. And I could not justify giving him a raise because he didn't do anything to get a
Right.
raise. He just didn't do anything. So I would give him extra hours. It's like, man, I can't give you a raise, but I can give you some of these extra hours. No. He was a 43-year-old man that had to have his weekends to go party. He had to go drinking and go out into the bars on the
Yeah.
weekend.
He's a man toddler.
So I have decided that no one wants to work. No one wants to work. So that's why I stay like in the mornings. Sometimes I'm like really freaking. It's because I worked 20 hours yesterday and
I'm sorry
slept
about
like
that.
4. It's because
Yeah. Right.
nobody freaking wants to work.
Well, that's
So
rough, man. You got the same problem I'm sure many others are having. This woman's, I don't know. I don't know what your situation is, but that sounds like just you know for sure that is a problem. And you're
yeah,
like, why would you pick that problem up?
I'm not going to choose you
And
because of that.
it's not a problem that a woman has 6 kids.
No,
Okay,
no,
but
I got 5.
yeah, if that's going to be like the thing you do, if that's going to be like your career path or whatever, you're going to be a mom, that's great. But
You can't
also
have a
like
full-time job and a full-time job and a full-time job and a full-time
and 4
job.
other full-time
You have,
jobs.
yeah,
'Cause-
yeah, because kids are full-time jobs, man. They really
Yeah.
are. For parents that give two
Mm,
craps, I mean, some parents just
right.
don't care.
Well,
So yeah,
okay. So I am not adding to your. I'm not intending to add to your stress. Show up when you show up.
No,
It's
you're
all
good. You're
it's all
good.
good.
I
So
looked up at the clock and I was like, oh shit, it's
I
6:30.
know
And I
I should
logged
have.
in.
I
And I was
probably
like, oh my God.
I probably should have like mentioned it to you, but
I've
everything's been going
actually
so much.
Yeah. And I've actually been done with all my work here for like 15 minutes,
Yeah, but
So
you need a
I'm
break. You need some
oh,
meditation
I
tree
was reading about the
minutes.
stupid queen. It's the only thing I was
Yes. Okay. All right. So let's start. Let's do
stupid,
that. Like,
stupid
I do
queen.
not have much to say about Queen Elizabeth other than
Oh, I do.
yesterday.
No, I don't.
We should acknowledge it, right? At the minimum, we should acknowledge it.
Yes. So let us acknowledge that a terrible parent, an inbred racist,
Ooh,
a
wow.
mother of a pedophile who
Okay.
protected him, the woman
Skip
who
it
has
hard.
had multiple people killed allegedly, and the woman
Wow.
who had her relatives with disabilities locked up to keep them from the public eye passed away yesterday, and we're supposed to feel bad. The woman who benefited from her country colonizing the most land out of at Britain's peak, they colonized more land than any other country in the history of recorded
Wow.
recorded history. And
Deacon
she's
coming hot.
that's
Coming in
right.
hot. He
So
got
why
Mrs.
the
Arm.
hell am I supposed to feel sorry for this woman? I've never felt sorry for the monarch. I don't feel sorry for them.
So
I'm sorry that somebody died, but you know what? In 7 seconds, somebody else is going to die in this world, and they are to me just as important to die as this damn old ass bag. I don't care about the woman. She was a piece of shit. She's dead, and people
wow.
think that she's in heaven. You've got a warped, twisted view of heaven. Okay. And that's
Well,
just how I feel about it. She protected her fucking pedophile son. And that is, I don't have any, that's all I got to say. That's
all right.
all I can say.
So Deacon certainly knows a lot more about the Queen than I do. I don't know anything about her other than she's the Queen of England, and
Oh, you don't know
It's
that
the
she done
20.
all that stuff?
No. I
Oh,
am aware, but like, I have no affection for the Queen, and I have no animosity towards her. I am pretty sure that one of her sons is involved with the Epstein Island situation. All that
I'm pretty
aside,
sure. Yeah.
I did listen to a very persuasive argument against deriding her by Tucker Carlson. Mostly that the British Empire used to be great. And at the height of its greatness, yes, it colonized other countries, but it created culture where it went, and it was better than the alternatives.
Oh,
And in the
Jesus, JJ, it created culture where it went. You're falling into the fucking that's what they feed you. That's what we would feed. Hey,
no.
did we create culture with the Native Americans?
Look, no. Listen, the places where the British colony, I mean, the British Empire is gone. Okay, it doesn't exist anymore. And the
But
places
those
where it
places
were,
are still
where it
home.
existed in Africa, it's now Africa has collapsed to like warlords and corrupt tyrants.
Right. That
It used to
happens.
be India was a great colony of the British Empire, and
I don't
India
know if
now
you would
has
ask. I don't know if you'd ask some Indians if they would say that, man. I don't think
no.
that the Indians would say, "Oh yeah, the British did us well."
So
We're
this
happy
is the
that they did.
argument purported by Tucker Carlson. So India is now more powerful than the British Empire ever was, and yeah, Deacon went off on her. India is now more powerful than the British Empire ever was, but the bus station in oh shit, I forgot the name of it. Anyway, the bus one bus station that the British Empire built is more beautiful than any building that India has built in the last century.
So
So
I'm supposed to.
no. I'm not
Is that
saying.
that's
I'm
forgivable?
saying the British Empire used to be not good. Okay, no empire is good, and no country is good. There are no good countries. We do not live in the ideal world where you get to live in a sovereign state that is respected and left alone. None of us get to do that. We all live subject to our states, subject to our countries, and in some cases subject to multiple authorities. That's
No
the
shit. I
reality.
mean, we're living
And
that right now with
and
pedophile Pete.
weak countries are dominated by strong countries. That's the reality. You're seeing it right now in Russia, with Russia and
Okay, so
Ukraine
what was
and
Tucker
Crimea.
Carlson's? I don't understand. I'm missing the point here.
The British Empire was a great empire in that, yeah, it wasn't
It was
good
great
in
in that it
it,
conquered the most.
it dominated weaker areas. Yes, that's true, and that's morally bad per se. But in the places it went, it left things like the Magna Carta, free speech, a tradition of justice, of the common
Okay,
law.
but this is an argument, JJ. You're saying that could possibly. I gotta hang on. Don't go anywhere. I've got to talk on the radio. Don't.
Yeah,
I'm
he's got
gonna
to talk.
forget my freaking thought
That's
now
fine. That's
because
okay.
hang on,
So
hang on.
go on. All right. So in the places where the British Empire existed, it left a remnant that is better than the alternative. Currently, like Canada and like Australia
Okay,
remain members of the British Empire, but the
okay, okay.
the Queen Elizabeth is not in herself important in this regard, but she's the last remnant of a great empire that was more benign than it was malignant. In today's world,
I gotta
we
get my
have many malign countries, many malign organizations, many, 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 many. And, I'm just saying the footprint of the British Empire, and she's the last part of the footprint of the British Empire, but the
Okay,
footprint of the British Empire was not, it left many good things.
Okay, but that is subjective. That's subjective, JJ.
Sure, everything is.
Okay, the British Empire left many good things. I could also sit here and argue with you that the British and the American colonists left many good things for the Native Americans too. And we could have an argument on that. You could ask those people that were settled by the British Empire 300-400 years ago, or whenever, all throughout history, and ask them. Now, looking back, was this good for you? And I guarantee you, some of them will say no. Is it morally good that we go in and press these savages need this? And I mean,
I'm not sure the opinion of the modern citizens of any country passing judgment on history has any value at all.
That's not what I mean.
Oh, okay. Well,
you're
look, I'm not making a judgment about her life and her personal life and anything that she did in her personal life, protecting her children or whatever crime, those kind of things. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm saying that this woman was the head of state for England for so long, like generations came and went. And
she wasn't even supposed to be. She was supposed to be one of these fucking royals, like Fergie on the side. Right. Did you know that? Her father, her uncle was the one that was supposed to be king, and he abstained from the crown, and it made her father the king. And then when her father didn't mysteriously die, he died when she was like 25.
Right.
So she's been fucking queen for ever. I mean, I kind of laughed yesterday
70 years.
When they
70 years in the same job.
I laughed yesterday with they were showing the little meme that was like 73-year-old man finally gets job, and it was showing Charles or whatnot. And I was like, man, what a sad, pathetic SOB is Prince Charles. How would you like to have been told what to do by your mommy for 73 fucking years? I mean, his mommy told him what to do, how to do it for 73 years. What a giant man-child.
Pretty rough on him. But
why should I not be rough on these sons? What have they done positive? She had Diane.
Well, like I said, I don't have any particular affection.
She locked up her fucking slow cousins so the people wouldn't see. I don't feel sorry for this woman.
I don't feel sorry for her.
Who cares?
We all go in the ground, or ash or whatever.
I guarantee you some son of a bitch is going to talk about me when I die and talk about what a piece of shit I was. And you know what? I'm not going to care. I'm not
Well,
going to care.
that's true. But I mean, the reality is that for good or for ill, the head of state of England passed away yesterday, and an entire country, maybe actually multiple countries, are mourning her passing. I don't know why. I mean, you know what I mean? Like they feel a bond and affection with her because they lived with her their entire lives as, you know, the face on the paper money or whatever. So,
I
you
was
know,
sad.
out of respect for a country that we, you know, whooped the ass and got out of being subject to the crown. But in the decades and the centuries since that, we have established, you know, a friendship with the United Kingdom, and friendship with Canada, etc. The You know, out of respect for our fellow countries, not for her, you know, they are mourning, and we recognize that. But I don't know. But anyway, the
I-
Queen is dead, and now there's a King
I'm
Charles III.
I'm glad that you, JJ, are a much better person than me. I'm a prick, and I
No,
will
no, no, no,
I
no.
will gladly say that
No,
I'm a
you
prick.
say, hey, you know what?
I'm an asshole.
Listen, hey, let's tie this up. One of the gifts of the British Empire: free speech, which you can exercise right now. Say whatever you want. I don't care.
I know
And
a
like,
little bit about the monarchy. I'm a history person. I
I
like
think
learning.
yeah.
Okay, so I know a little bit about Queen Elizabeth. I knew a little bit about the Queen Elizabeth and her antics, you know, years ago. Okay, I've always been kind of fascinated with the royals because it is such a weird. I
I
mean,
just don't get it.
throughout
I never
history,
got it.
throughout hundreds and hundreds of years of history, the royals are such a crazy freaking.
Yes, that's true.
Oh my God, the inbreeding goes back so bad
Okay.
that the inbreeding goes back so bad that some
Well,
of the kings and whatnot. Which one was the king of Habsburg? I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. Give me a minute and it'll pop into my head.
all right.
He was the king. I want to say Habsburg. He was one of the royals that was a king for a little while, and he was so inbred that he couldn't feed himself. He couldn't do anything, dress himself. They had to just. He was
Yeah.
so inbred that he
Wow.
could not make any decisions. He was only king because he was the first or whatever son of whatever, and that's
Right. So
he
he was
had
like a
no mental ability
Joe
to
Biden
do
type
anything
character.
because they tried to keep the blood pure, and that mindset has always been real fascinatingly morbid to me, you know.
Well, I've never understood the fascination with the royals. I never got it. When I was a kid, when I was, you know, a teenager, Princess Diana died, and I was like, oh, that sucks. But like the whole world was just weeping and sobbing and sad about it, and I was just like,
Yeah, do you remember? I mean, I remember we were all getting ready to
sucks.
go bowling. Me and my buddies were we were at our pizza restaurant that we worked, and we were all gathering. We were going to go midnight bowling at this place, and we were watching SNL, and it come through on the scroller on Saturday Night Live that Princess Diana had been killed, and we were all like, "Oh, that sucks. Let's go bowling."
Yeah, right. Yeah. So anyway, to whatever remaining limited audience that we may have ever had in the UK, condolences from your two dads, and you know, don't listen to if you're from the UK, don't rewind. That's all. So anyway,
If you're from the UK, I don't. I mean, I'm not going to apologize for what I said, but I mean,
don't.
if you're really sad
People with
this
questionable
morning,
character should be challenged.
I'm
Okay. Hey, let's talk about another dead dinosaur. Oh, geez. I'm sorry. Let's talk about. I got another news story here. It's, don't worry. The Queen of England will not be the most fucked up thing we talk about today, guys. I got a bunch of effed up news. So check this out, Deacon. A dinosaur skeleton that you can put in your living room could be worth $500,000, and you can buy it right now. Go to this little link right here. 150 million year old skeleton named Zephyr will be auctioned in Paris next month, and is expected to sell for about 500,000. So if you got some extra overtime money, maybe
Is it a flying skeleton? of a dinosaur, a flying dinosaur?
No, it's like it looks
Why
like
the fuck is it named Zephyr then?
you know, listen, follow the science, dude. It's a I don't know.
Zephyr means wind.
This reporting is questionable because it says I mean, look at the picture. This is the picture of it, right? You can see it. It says Zephyr stands at 1.2 feet tall, but is 9.8 feet in length. That's not right. It belonged to a dinosaur that lived in the Jurassic period in the Utah, Colorado area. Though short, the herbivores could weigh up to 880 pounds. So they must mean stands at 1.2 meters tall, and maybe it's 9.8 feet in length or something like that. So
Scary as hell.
look at this thing, dude. You
Can
could
you imagine
own
those back in the day.
Look at that. It's got like a beak thing or whatever.
Yeah, the more and more that I have learned about dinosaurs over the years and in our technology, you know, because I was a dinosaur kid, you know, I could name them all and draw them and all this stuff. But as technology goes and we move forward, it's the more and the more I look at dinosaurs, the more and the more I picture them without like lizards and more like birds, you know, giant birds that would freak me the fuck out, man. Seeing
what would be scarier, being chased by a lizard dinosaur that's or being chased by a giant chicken?
A giant chicken, man. A giant chicken is much more scarier than fucking lizard.
It really is. It really would. Yes. You could yeah, okay. All right. So that's kind of cool. You can go buy a dinosaur.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's see. Oh, today's Friday. I looked at the assortment of stories that I've got here. There is no way
you do. I saw that just a minute
string
ago.
Them together. I was looking at it earlier. I was like, "There's no segues." I don't know what I'm.
Go to this. Go to the bottom. Go to the last one. This one is.
Hold on.
This one will get us talking.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Dimitri. Okay. Let's talk about Dimitri.
Let's talk about Dimitri. I didn't know this until like about 20 minutes ago. No, did you know about this?
Along with Crazy He-She General and the thing that has bald head.
This is a tweet from Benny Johnson, and I just want to say Benny Johnson is a media personality from the Benny Show. So I'm not familiar with Benny Johnson, but he said, "Meet Dimitri Daskalakis." Dimitri was just appointed by Joe Biden to be the official White House National Monkeypox Response Deputy Coordinator. Congratulations, Dimitri.
Way to go. Well, good job, buddy.
Yeah, Dimitri proudly wears the official symbol of the Church of Satan. What?
Oh,
the
pentagram. Fuck off,
okay, maybe it's a misunderstanding, Deacon. Hold on, it might be a misunderstanding.
Wait a minute. Don't tell Dimitri to go to hell. That's maybe what he wants.
Joe Biden appointed a Satanist to the White House. Oh, well, they can't be. Oh, okay. He's a Satanist. He's got a Satanist T-shirt. Is that really so bad? A Satanist T-shirt and a hat. He has a Satanist hat. Okay. Another T-shirt. These are just shirts, dude. Oh God. Oh my God. Why? What is that?
Did you expect him not to have some sort of leather straps?
Oh my God.
Now, okay, well, I guess it isn't upside down. See, yeah, okay.
Oh, look, here we go. This looks like a more reasonable photo shoot down here. Let's see.
So he's on the cover of a magazine.
Let's see. Plus, because this must be the good doctor. Oh, this doesn't look good. He's wearing a suit, but he's also wearing that sex kit, and it looks like he's got a village person hat. The CDC's unconventional new HIV czar. Awesome. This is good job, Joe Biden. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the story in the Bible called, it's a story of a couple of cities. One was called Sodom, called Gomorrah. Yes. Well, I say, and I have said this for about 4 or 5 years now to people when we get into certain conversations about things, and I'll say this one sentence, and this makes me as a Christian feel better. And I'm the worst Christian on the face of Christianity. Okay. The only reason I call myself a Christian is because I do believe in the fundamental aspects of Christianity. There's a lot of things that Christians would not want to associate themselves with me, but I do believe in the fundamental aspects of Christianity. So one thing that Christians say is that I've been saying is that there has to be at least 11 righteous people still in this country. You know, that's a fact. Okay.
You think so?
You know what I'm
I don't
talking
think
about?
there's any. I don't think there's any.
No. God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because
Yes.
he could not find 10 people, 10 righteous people. So
Well,
my
God was going to destroy them
America,
anyway. He was
my
not
defense
happy.
of America is that there has to be at least 11 righteous people still in this country, or we would be destroyed already. Because
So
this is a prime example.
Here's a little bit more of the detail of the story. So God was not pleased with the debauchery of Sodom and Gomorrah and was going to destroy it. And I think it was Abraham, but I don't remember who he was talking to. The angels came to the Lord and they said, witness, I'm going to destroy this place. And Abraham said, please, if you can find even one, don't destroy it. They couldn't find one.
I thought it was Lot that went around to try to find the righteous. I know Lot and his wife and his daughters left the city.
Oh,
but
maybe
I thought it was Lot that.
It might have been Lot. I can't remember which figure, but it was a petition.
The angels came into the city and Lot brought them to their house, and then all the people started banging on their door, basically saying, "Hey, those guys just come into the city, bring them out. We want to fuck them." Is basically what they were saying. Right. We're gonna have sex with them, so bring them out.
The condition of saving Sodom and Gomorrah, that was a deal by Lot. He was like, please, if you can find even one, just don't destroy it.
Right.
Couldn't find one. It wasn't destroyed because he couldn't find one righteous. It was destroyed because debauchery. This place is.
I know, but you're.
I understand what you're saying.
Reach through and slap you. You're ruining my joke.
Oh, okay.
It's a joke, JJ.
Hey, we don't live. We do not. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I went the other way. We don't live in an era of punishment for our debauchery. We don't.
Are you sure? How do you know?
Yes, I am. Because judgment is suspended. Don't worry, it's coming. It's just coming at the end.
Lord.
And Dimitri Deskalakis, congratulations on your new job. Bro, you are going to hell. You are not. You think you're all rebellious now, but it's going to be real bad. You're not going to like it. Anyway, this guy's gay and a Satanist, and he's now in charge of monkeypox and HIV or some shit. Whatever. Joe Biden racking up the wins this year. Okay. I don't know what Deacon's doing. Let's talk about Florida, man.
Important shit that's coming in.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
A Florida man survives 3 days in a swamp after losing his arm in an alligator attack.
Yeah, this is a dumb story. This guy's just dumb all the way around.
Eric Murda, 43, says he just finished an irrigation job in July in Parrish, Florida, where he decided to stop at Lake Manatee Fishing Camp to throw away trash, which resulted in him getting lost in the woods. What?
Yeah. So if you've seen a picture of these woods that he went to, it's like a fucking acre of woods. All right. I don't know how any son of a bitch could get lost in an acre of woods, but he did. Okay. And then he ends up, he's on the other side of this water, this large body of water. So he decides, I'm just going to swim across to get to my truck instead of walking back around, which I don't know how the hell he got over there. So guess what happened when he swam across? Ding, ding, ding. His fucking arm got bit off by an alligator. So wait, this guy ends up making it, and then staying in the fucking woods for like 2 or 3 days before he comes across a farmer working on a fence row or something. And he's like, hey, alligator got my arm. And the guy's like, holy shit. I mean, it's really this is a perfect Florida man story because this son of a bitch got his arm bit off and then he just lives for 2 days in the woods without his arm.
He knew where his truck was?
Yeah.
Did he make it to the truck? Why didn't he drive?
I don't know.
Wow. This is crazy.
Can you imagine what and this is gross, but can you imagine what the stump with the bugs and
oh yeah,
after 2 days, man? Oh my God. I can't
Yeah.
believe he didn't die of like sepsis or something. You know, some freaking
Swamp water in your stub of your arm. Oh my
mosquitoes
gosh.
and
I mean,
bugs and
look,
all
if your
kinds of
arm
stuff.
gets bit off, I can see how you'd be like a little delirious and not
Yeah,
making good
right.
decisions. Right. I can see that.
Crazy.
But
Crazy.
like the fact that you live in Florida and you're like, I don't know if I should swim across this pond.
Oh
The
shit.
chances are way greater than 0 that there's an alligator in there. Anyway, I feel sorry for this guy a little bit because he's going to have to live the rest of his life being exactly as smart as he was on the day that he got his arm bit off. All right, let's see something else that's fucked up today. This is just going to be fucked up Friday. That's what it is. Let's check this out. Texas school board votes to fire teacher accused of defending pedophiles in class. An El Paso Independent School District of Trustees, Board of Trustees, on Tuesday announced unanimously voted to approve Superintendent Diana Sayaverda, continuing with the proposed termination of Franklin High School teacher Amber Parker. Last week, Parker was recorded by a student in class during a lesson in which she allegedly told students to call pedophiles minor attracted persons, adding, "So don't judge people because they want to have sex with 5-year-olds. Nope, fuck her, fire her, never give her another job ever." In a message via Facebook, Parker told El Paso Times, part of USA Today's network, "I'm not legally allowed to comment at this time."
Well, that's fine.
Wow.
That's fine. That's
No
fine.
kidding.
That's cool.
Maybe you
because
should
that
not comment
means-
about anything ever.
That means that some shit's going down.
Yeah, right?
Good.
In a post, she's probably being investigated, or I don't know. Maybe she might have a suit drawn up against her. I don't know. But that sounds like legal advice. And if there's legal advice, it's not her charging the district for inappropriate termination. Maybe it is. I don't know. People will do anything. In a post from Let the School Bells Ring Facebook leader group Kendall Brown Jessup last week, multiple parents told Brown Jessup it was part of a class debate and that Parker made it clear she does not condone pedophilia. I just want to say I do not condone pedophilia, but if you're going to talk about it, call them minor attracted persons because we don't want people feeling judged about having sex with 5-year-olds.
No, bitch. That's not how the fucking world works.
We want people getting...
As much as these freaking little snowflakes today want to freaking get offended by everything, it's not how the world works, okay? You're going to be offended once or twice in your fucking life before you die.
Right.
And people don't mean to offend you. Just because you get offended doesn't mean everything is offensive, okay? Goddamn. I hate it. And if you're defending a pedophile in any fucking way, that means you are a fucking sympathizer and there's something wrong with your goddamn head too.
So this photo, by the way, is not Amber Parker. This is Diana Sayaverda, which is the woman firing the pedophile defender.
I'd have been pissed off if I was that woman to put my face on this,
right? Yeah,
this article, because the average American is an idiot. So
you just read the headline and be like, "Oh,
and they see a picture, and they're like,
right
yeah, wow, I'd be pissed if I was her."
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Don't worry, guys. There's something more fucked up than that. It just gets worse. It gets worse. Let's talk about the next most effed up thing.
We need to fire our producer that gathers.
Did you hear
all
about
the
this?
stories for
Yeah,
us.
our producer sucks. Synthetic embryo with brain and heart formed without using eggs or sperm.
I read about this about a month ago. Yeah.
The researchers at the University of Cambridge used mouse stem cells and also, I think, something else, and they manufactured a synthetic embryo that started building a creature. Synthetic embryo with cells capable of forming a brain and beating heart were developed by using mouse stem cells. Yet another success in the unfolding race to develop embryos from human and mouse stem cells.
We are every single day, JJ, we get one step closer to creating a real Mickey Mouse.
That's going to be nasty.
This is Disney This is a sub corporation off of Disney, and this is what we're trying to do. The end result is to create a real living Mickey Mouse, and he will forever be our ruler and our God, and we will worship him and give him donuts and flowers.
That's
the
going to
altar
be
of the mouse.
That is funny to imagine a lifelike Mickey Mouse thing that is bitter and hateful because of the body it's been
because
built
it's
into,
programmed with Walt Disney's brain.
But it can only have one job, and so it must maintain the facade of artificial happiness. Come on, kids! But after hours, drinking gallons of booze.
Oh my God, yes, and that's why we've kept Walt Disney's brain alive, is because we're going to put it in the artificial cloned mouse man. Oh my God,
and it's going to come alive, and it's going to wiggle its 2 or 3 fingers, and it's going to be like, this was all a mistake. This was all a mistake.
I can't do a Mickey voice.
I've
tried this many times in the past. I can't.
Yeah,
I could never.
I can't pitch that high.
Yeah, I can't pitch.
All right. I don't really think I need to say anything more about this other than what the F and come on, scientists.
Hey, no, wait a minute. Let me tell you. Okay,
you need to get in line with your scienticisms.
Are we going to have feminists saying we don't need men now?
I mean, I guess we don't. But then again, if you think about it, maybe we don't need women.
That's true.
No, men need women. Yeah, men need women.
We only need the mouse.
You can speak for yourself, sir. I need women. I need a woman. Men live longer. Men live longer if they're married. Did you know that, right? Of course you know that. Or, whatever your situation is. But in monogamous relationships, men live longer. No women, men die sooner. Probably because of shit like Florida, man, where we go swimming in alligator lakes or something. I don't know. Oh, Deacon's gone. I wasn't looking over there. Okay. Wow. Hey, what do you guys think about AI? Oh, let me check the comments here. You got comments about Dimitri. They used mouse stem cells and created to create a monster. Yeah. Nasty. Okay. Deacon, what do you think about I don't think you can hear me. Can you hear me? What do you think about AI? Artificial intelligence.
All right, what do you mean? What do I think about it? Do I think it's
I don't know. I can tell you the 2 things that I think. But
tell me the 2 things that you think, and then because I know a lot about AI.
All right, so I first of all, I think that artificial intelligence is the modern social cultural equivalent of the 1950s nuclear bomb, or maybe I think it's or maybe the equivalent of Philip K. Dick's like robots and stuff like that. Scarier than intended. And here's the reason why I think that, because I think some people are advancing this kind of concept that like AI is going to like become conscious and it's going to take over everything and it's going to be smarter than us. Yeah, right.
Have you heard about the two chat programs that Google put in a chat room to talk to each other, and that's the only things that they did? The 2 Google AI chat programs that they put them. That's the only thing in the room to talk to each other. And I mean, you can look it up. You'll have to Google it. But,
I might have to.
It was a very short amount of time, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. These 2 AI chat bots had already created their own fucking language. 2 weeks.
Really?
They created their own fucking language in 2 weeks.
Seriously?
Yeah. You'll have to look that up. That's straight up.
That is more impressive
really
than my experience.
Scary, isn't it? Really fucking scary.
That's kind of that's interesting.
There's Google executives. I was just listening to something about this yesterday. There's Google executives that claimed years ago that they have algorithms that are making algorithms. And then the other Google executives said, no, that's not right. But there's all kinds of IT professionals that are like, absolutely, we're to the point now that algorithms are creating algorithms. And is that a good thing? Is that really a good thing, JJ? I mean, if you want to get down deep into the
maybe,
discussion.
I don't know. I think there's an AI-driven coding assistant. I haven't really looked into it too much, but like Microsoft Visual Studios has like this code assistant that you can like get it to like do some of the routine or mundane or complex things for you or something like that. I don't know. I do know this. I know that there's some degree of hysteria about AI, and I do not believe AI can achieve consciousness. I think it can only just have a very complex map of response, query response situations. But
that's interesting. I don't believe that. I believe that it eventually will.
You think it can be conscious?
Yeah.
So
we'll have to change that definition of conscious, because it won't be the exact same, but it will be the exact same. You see what I'm saying? Like it won't be a biological consciousness.
Sure,
but it will be the exact same, so to speak.
So
without
this
soul,
is
I guess that's
I don't think it would be an individual person. I think it would just be like, if anything, I think it's just a complex map of stimulus response.
Okay.
Sophisticated looking, but this is the experience that I had, because I think I posted this a couple of weeks ago. I was in, our little like pre-show chat channel or whatever. Yeah. And I think I posted some screenshots of me interacting with AI. Yeah. And I spent an hour. I spent maybe half an hour talking to this. Let me see if I can find one of these screenshots. I spent a half an hour talking to it. And if it's an intelligence, it is the stupidest MFer I've ever.
Yeah, I've seen that. No, you had a dumb one or something. No, do you think that they have their top of the line AI and they're letting JJ?
Well, probably not. Okay, probably not.
All right.
But
so what do you think maybe the fucking line AI can do? All right.
Right. So the top of the line. Facebook, I will say the Facebook AI is the equivalent of a retard. It is.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Now the sophisticated AI or whatever, I don't know, but I mean, I read a story about I think it was a Google engineer or one of these Microsoft engineers, something like that they were working with like this top of the line AI, and it was convinced that it had developed consciousness. And then I think this guy got fired or something like that.
It was a story, a couple of months ago or 2
months ago. Not that long ago. And here's the thing. The only thing that we have public is a report about what a guy said about it or something like that. Like, if you can't interact with it yourself, you can't make a judgment. And I don't trust anybody's reporting on, it's a consciousness. No, just because you ask it some questions and it gives you some answers that you didn't expect, that doesn't mean it's a consciousness. So when I was talking to this AI thing, I was drilling it and I was asking it questions, and it would give me some garbage answer. And I was like, no. Define, I challenged it again and again. It just got dumber and dumber and dumber. And it couldn't get any better responses. So I don't know. I'm not sure about AI. I'm not sure we need it, but
you don't think
maybe it'll make some more tasks more useful. Maybe we could put AI in like something like that dog robot that had a machine gun on it, and then we can see exactly how AI is dangerous or not.
You know about the drones? What are those drones called? We've been using those for a long time. They're the drones that have AI in them that no one controls them, and they work like swarms, and they have guns on them. I could draw you.
I haven't seen those.
One. Yeah, they're learning drones. Mm-hmm. And they're learning drones, so they know what targets to pick out and what not because of their AI. There's no freaking, and they've been using these. I think it was Turkey that's been using these particular drones. Hang on, let me.
Yeah, you can look that up. Okay.
Yeah,
what happens whenever we put AI in drones and militaries start using AI and drones against each other instead of troops altogether. Like your entire fighting forces, like robots and drones and AI. And then when those multiple countries' AIs meet up against each other, and instead of destroying each other, they're just like, hold on a second. And they all like come at us. they just unify.
What, the AI?
Yeah. What happens whenever they cross national
When that
AI and robots?
Okay, so when that happens, JJ, Kyle Reese comes back in time and saves
Yeah.
Sarah Connor, and
It's
then
like we're manufacturing Terminator. Like we're like charging at it. Let's get there as fast as we can.
what was it? It was I just saw a meme the other day my buddy sent me, and it was like, on this date Skynet became operational. Because I sent it to my brother and he didn't get the meme. He was like, I don't get that. I was like, okay, I forgot you're not a nerd. Yeah, it was not too long ago. It was like, on this date Skynet became operational.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Yeah, I don't know where it's at.
Yeah. Did you find your drone
No,
swarm?
I couldn't find a picture of it. I
right.
just saw it like yesterday. I'll have to go back and look in my.
Oh, so the reason, okay, sorry, I got distracted by talking just generally about AI. So the reason I even brought up AI,
Yeah,
because I do not subscribe to simulation theory or any of that nonsense. But this story
that
came
we're
up
all
yesterday.
in a simulation.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever.
Yeah, I know all about that too.
Oh, okay. So hold on
kinda
before I get into the story. Then let's let me do this. So I listen to Scott Adams quite a bit, who's the creator of Dilbert. He's also a hypnotist, and he's a pretty logical dude, best-selling author, whatever. And he subscribes to a lot of interesting ideas, and he likes to just kind of think about things. But he seems to hold most ardently to this idea that we live in a simulation, which I think is total nonsense. But the best defense, so his argument for that is that it's more probable that given the advance of computing power, which is like at a logarithmic like incline, given the advance of computing power and given enough time, we will create full simulations of everything, and that if it once that starts, then it's more likely that whatever existence we are in is a simulation created by some prior whatever.
He
So
sounds like he's
generally the idea.
listened to this particular that sounds very similar to this particular thought experiment that was proposed years ago about the thought experiment it's very deep, but it's basically, what if an all-knowing AI ends up being created and judges us, or we give it the ability to do what's right or whatnot. And one of the things it says is right. The first thing that it chooses is right is everybody that thought that the AI shouldn't be invented, it causes them pain for the rest of their lives. So the thought experiment, it goes way down deep, but the thought experiment is, now that you know this, we should start working towards building this thing. And if you aren't working towards building this thing, you are one of the ones that's going to be in pain for the rest of your life once this thing takes over. So do you now support it, or do you now not support it? And the way you think now will affect you in the future. So it's a much deeper much deeper than that.
There's a number of people that kind of subscribe to this idea of simulation theory, like our real existence.
That's it, Jeremy knows. Rocco's basilisk is it. That's exactly what I just talked about. Rocco's basilisk.
So Elon Musk believes that we live in a simulation. I think that Scott Adams entertains the idea. I don't know if he really believes it or not, and many other people. But here's the best defense against the idea of simulation theory. Okay, if we live in a simulation, or if there is a simulation, right, then consider all infinite possibilities or possible universes, and that because a simulation that can host a simulation, it develops, advances fast enough that the simulation within the simulation can host a simulation. And now you have nested realities where you have the original reality, and then you have a simulation, and then you have infinite number of simulations, because any number of them spawning out can advance fast enough that they can also host simulations, right? So now you have an infinite possibility of simulations, and you throw a dart in reality, and you could say, oh, there's a dart in reality, and there is a simulation that is hosted in some other simulation and hosts its own simulation. So so now you have infinite possible simulations to which you could be existing in. Now, currently, humans, mankind, cannot host a full simulation. We don't have the capability to do it yet, which means we are either the very first reality before simulations have started, or we're the very last reality that has not been able to develop simulation
Which
as
is
a
more
technology
likely,
yet.
I would think.
Yeah. So now we are two out of infinite possibilities that we are living in a simulation. No, it's not. We are not. We do not live in a simulation.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. Absolutely
You
not.
need
There's 2 out of infinite possibilities that 2 out of infinity.
What's
That
the,
is very low. That's very not probable.
what's the we could talk about probability all day. What's the there's a subreddit, I can't remember what it is, but there's all kinds of you haven't seen all these examples of what we're living in the Matrix, glitch in the Matrix. You never seen any glitch in the Matrix videos?
Look, coincidences. That's just coincidences.
You think? You don't think that's Neo and Morpheus?
No.
You don't think that we're in a simulation? None of this is real.
No, I don't think so.
We're not living in
I can understand how comforting it might be to some people that don't believe in God. But I don't believe in it, and I don't think it's. I don't believe in it, and I don't think it's more probable than anything else. So
Okay.
I mean, than the alternative. So
you believe that this is a simulation, the exact same amount that we're living on the back of a giant flying turtle in space. This much. Zero.
Yeah, zero. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what
Zero.
I'm saying.
I give
put
simulation
as much
theory
that as,
zero.
as the flying spaghetti
Absolutely
monster.
zero.
Okay.
Zero. But I acknowledge that some people believe that. I just think it's nonsense. Anyway, so the reason why I was talking about AI, I don't know how we got to simulation theory, but the reason I was talking about AI is that it turns out that there are banned United States manufactured AI chips that are in high demand at Chinese state institutes. So I guess NVIDIA makes these chips to drive AI called the A100 and the H100. And the United States government officials have ordered NVIDIA Corporation to stop exporting these things to China. So I think maybe either China is trying to go hard on AI. They're using our tech to do it. Oh, Deacon's on the air again. So I don't know what I think about that. On the one hand, we shouldn't give China anything, and we should definitely be making stuff ourselves for ourselves. China is a bad country with a lot of good people. Well, a lot of decent people. There's no good people. A lot of decent people, but it has a bad government. So I'm definitely on board for not sending China stuff. I'm not sure if I'm on board about the U.S. government telling companies to stop operating wherever they want.
Is this really going to be a positive thing? Telling China, hey, we're not going to send you anything. China will just go okay, we'll just build it ourselves, or okay, screw you, America.
Or okay, we'll just take over Taiwan. And
what is the positive of doing this? I think
it's really just
there's not really that much negotiation with China over the past, I want to say 3,000 years. Just a smidge of time, but
I think this is, if anything, this seems like it's a just to slow them down a little bit. This is not going to slow them down very much, because China will immediately just steal whatever it plans it takes to manufacture these things and to just make them themselves. So I don't know. I think maybe we need to start, and not only, if we're going to do AI development, let's do AI development, and we need to, America, we're really good at this stuff. We need to come up with a way to kill AI faster than anybody else. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know how you do it. I don't know where AI is hosted, but we got to come up with a way to be like, just in case of emergency, break glass, destroy AI. So, I mean, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if that looks like some sort of like cyber bomb that is a virus or
I'm sure that there
EMP,
are.
but then you got to have a physical place to attack. I don't know.
I'm
But we need to
sure
be able
that
to just
there
kill
are
AI.
contingency plans, many contingency plans set for
Mm.
stuff like this. You know, we're
Maybe
not
we could
gonna have a
develop
movie
something like
freaking scenario where the damn, in a matter of 30 seconds, AI takes over the world. That's not. I don't believe that will happen. No,
no,
no.
I don't think so. But I
Will
mean,
it
like,
cause
what is AI?
problems sometimes? Yeah, probably. But that's what computers do. But we've got contingency plans to shut shit down. I'm sure we do.
You think so?
You were in the freaking military. Did y'all ever have contingency plan for anything? Okay.
Yeah, we got contingency plans for some for many things, for likely
Every
war scenarios.
freaking
But
thing.
we're entering a new environment where the battlefield may be AI driven drones and there's no humans there. So like it doesn't matter. You can't kill a command and control center if there's no command and control center if it's distributed.
Right.
So
So we have to get our smarts together and
mhm,
figure out some way if we need a
gonna
giant net or an EMP bomb or
big net.
something, but we need fucking something because we got to have a
we need
contingency plan.
we need to come up with something maybe like the equivalent of like mass porn for AI. Just get it real distracted real fast,
Get
and
real
it gets like,
distracted real
what just
fast. It'll
happened?
it'll go off.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like
mean, I don't
maybe
know,
maybe
but
a sexier drone that you could, when this
oh,
drone comes up to go to attack, you've got a
right.
sexier drone that comes up and it's kind of like, hey, what's going on? And
I don't know.
I'm
I
just
don't
I'm just
know.
brainstorming here. I'm
I'm
brainstorming.
not sure. I'm not sure. I'm just imagining AI drones that are just autonomous are now just roaming around they're on the battlefield and then they get off the battlefield and they're just like, we're going to go over here and destroy this thing, or we're going to go over here and do that. So, I mean, or, obviously you could have AI driven, AI piloted MERV missile AI driven, can go wherever, and then mass deployment. It could be very, very bad. So, some retard in government is thinking like that's a good idea. Oh, this would be a good way for us to get target delivery. We'll put an AI in it. So I don't know, but I think that we should dedicate some small amount of our American brain power to figuring out how to kill these things fast. That's all. No,
Yeah, I agree.
that's all.
I
Okay.
think that we probably
All right.
have many contingency plans and
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna wrap up here. I am certain that you well, maybe you were not here. I don't know. You were gone for a couple days. You were out sick. I talked about this a couple of times last week. I went on a real scrawl about illegal immigration the other day, but I'm sure I've mentioned it a couple times before that DC Mayor Bowser has been receiving busloads of migrants. Well, it turns out that from Texas and Arizona. It turns out that Washington Mayor DC Muriel Bowser has declared the busing of migrants to the national capital a public emergency, as over 9,000 asylum seekers have arrived since April. 9,000. And Texas and Arizona have received over 5 million in the last 2 years. So, of which the White House has admitted to allowing 1 million to stay in the U.S. applying for asylum. So, over 9,000, Mayor Bowser has declared a public emergency, and I believe this other story by Breitbart declares Chicago a sanctuary city, a border city now. So Mayor Bowser is declaring a public emergency, and hang on, let me get this other one up. Chicago. So Chicago, which is a sanctuary city, it says, we'll take your illegal aliens. And then Texas is like, right on. Here's some buses of illegal aliens. So,
And then
so
Chicago was like, nope, we don't want you.
yeah. So they're receiving illegal aliens in their sanctuary city, and they're immediately deporting them out of the sanctuary city into the suburbs of Chicago. Like, oh, we didn't mean Chicago, Chicago. We mean like a little bit out there.
We meant
Put them out
Southern
there.
Illinois.
Yeah. So the Windy City began moving towards declaring itself a sanctuary city for illegals at least as far back as 2015. And since her election to the mayor's office in 2019, Lightfoot has reiterated the policy and said that Chicago is welcoming. Well, but now, despite her repeated claims to love illegals, Mayor Lightfoot has been shipping the Texas deliveries to nearby suburb of Burr Ridge. So I guess Chicago is declaring Burr Ridge to be a sanctuary city and not Chicago. These people, they're just liars. They're disingenuous. They're not honest.
The village of Burr Ridge. Hang on. Let me show you. Let's just look and see where all these.
Let's see how far out Burr Ridge is.
Yeah. So here's
where's
Burr
Chicago?
Ridge.
Oh, okay. Where's Chicago? Oh, way out there. That is a good hike.
Okay, but still, yeah, they're
I'm sure that's one of their better suburb neighborhoods. You know
Burr
what I mean?
Ridge is a village in Cook and DuPage counties, suburb of Chicago. It is among the wealthiest towns in Illinois and is locally known for its large, elegant mansions and luxury lifestyles.
Don't worry, we're going to fill it up.
They are sending all of these people here. That's really interesting.
I bet you there's some people in Chicago that'll be like, I'll take a house out in the suburbs.
Look, you see,
send me out there.
So one of the richest, as it said, one of the wealthiest towns in Illinois, right here. Okay, let me just show you something. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here's Illinois, and here is Southern Illinois. And here you're going to find Belknap and Karnak and Round Knob and Midway and Brookport, and there's Metropolis and Ullen and Pulaski, and these are some of the poorest counties in Illinois.
Oh,
these are Vienna. These are very, very poor counties. This is my neck of the woods. This is where I live. See the beautiful land between the lakes.
Yeah.
Where I live.
But don't worry. I bet some of the Illinoisan immigrants, the new Illinoisans, are going to be wandering down south towards you too, sir.
See, look, here's Metropolis, and if you zoom in, you'll see there's Lois Lane's statue. Oh, it's got a picture of it. Sweet. There's
nice.
Lois Lane statue.
Is she the one from the George Reeves series?
From the old television series.
Yeah.
He was in her
That's George Reeves.
Yeah. And then this is the town. Of course, it was called the Daily Planet. You know, the newspaper is called the Daily Planet. There's the Superman statue by the courthouse. So it's a pretty cool little town.
Right on.
Yeah, so it's a good place.
Well, that's super, man.
A giant.
All right. So we will continue to watch as DC. I mean, this is just some disingenuous stuff right here. Were you here last week when I mentioned that Mayor Lightfoot held a conference about this, and she said, we welcome the illegal immigrants, and next time we'll pay for the buses. So Mayor Lightfoot has offered to pay for the buses of Texas, from Texas to, I don't think that was a genuine offer, by the way. Meanwhile, she is now exporting them to nearing suburbs. And I think she phrased this as a threat that Texas is sending migrants to Chicago. She is both phrasing it as a threat and also claiming the morally righteous position of being a sanctuary city. So anyway, this is going on. Maybe we'll just continue to watch this. All right. That is about all I have this morning. That's all that I have that's interesting this morning. So what a messed up day, huh?
Are you going to go? How are you going to mourn today? Are you going to take the whole weekend to mourn? Or are you just going to like concentrate on just like this one day to take
Here's
the
the
whole
thing.
24 hours?
Even though King Charles III has ordered the royal family to mourn for at least a week after her funeral ceremonies, I am not a subject of the crown, and I pretty much already forgot that she died.
You could respect the royal family and mourn for 2 weeks.
I'm good. Wherever she went, heaven or hell, that's not my business. I can't. I don't get to decide that kind of stuff. I don't get to decide that for any of you. I know where I'm going. Good luck on your road. But wherever she went, she's already there, or she's going there immediately. So,
in the immortal words of the Grateful Dead, I may be going to hell in a bucket, but at least I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah, I'm not going to hell in a bucket, and you will not enjoy that ride. It will be an eternity of torment.
My jokes, JJ? They're jokes. I'm being humorous.
I mean, yeah. Well,
you're
nobody ever said I'm funny. Only I ever said I'm funny. Nobody else has ever said I'm funny. All right. Yeah, that's all. There's some other stuff about Olivia Wilde and Jordan Peterson, but like, who gives a crap? Although Jordan Peterson's cool.
Yeah, I like Jordan.
Yep.
Peterson.
Oh, and there's one more. Okay, there's one more thing. Let's do this. Do this more. Wow. Well, that website is not where I'm supposed to be. There's quite a bit of news about a fellow that got stabbed to death recently. It was a Nevada elections official, a journalist in Nevada.
I have 1 minute.
Oh, okay. And apparently, media are reporting about Robert Tells. I think it's Tells killing the guy, but they are not reporting that the reason that he was killed is because the reporter was reporting on his failed Democratic election officials. My kid's German. We got to go, guys. We got to go.
Yeah,
we'll be back Monday morning with another episode. Please make it through the weekend. Don't let this break your heart. He's gone. He left. It's just me. I am your two dads. Bye.